the infinite kingdom of the beloved. In this world, we do not see as we were created to see. The universe we inhabit is draped in veils, layers of limitation, shadows of light withheld. Of all the light God created, only a tiny sliver is visible to the human eye. Scientists now know that we can see less than 1/10 of 1% of the entire electromagnetic spectrum. To put it simply, if all of creation's light was stretched across a vast horizon, the size of the Earth's circumference, our eyes would only perceive a few inches of it. Just a few inches of color on a canvas that spans the entire planet. Every sunset you've ever watched, every garden you've ever admired, every brilliant gem, every ocean, every mountain, every masterpiece of light in this world was painted using only that narrow inch of divine light made visible to the human eye. Creation, then, is God's canvas. But he has only dipped his brush lightly. The world we know is not the full painting, but the first layer of strokes. God has restrained the full brilliance of his palette, veiling nearly all color and light. The masterpiece, his grand display of creative magnificence, has not yet been shown. What we experience here are glimpses, sketches, the early morning light of what is to come. And why? Why has he veiled the brilliance? Because the full radiance is being saved for those who believed. The believers are the ones for whom God has reserved the true canvas, the colors beyond imagining, the worlds of light that the eye has never seen, the ear has never heard, and the mind has never dreamed. The beauty of this world, as overwhelming as it can sometimes feel, is only a fraction, a mercy, a whisper, a shadow of the full story. We live, quite literally, in the shade of God's brilliance, a creation lit only by a trace of the light he has made. In truth, we are blind in this life. Though our eyes are open, they see only darkness compared to what awaits. In the grand scale of light, we dwell at midnight. Even the brightest day on earth, sunlight at its peak, is like moonlight when compared to the radiance of paradise. All of creation here is dimmed. We walk through this world as if beneath a night sky, able to perceive only by the gentle reflection of a distant moon. God's divine artistry is here, yes, but it is filtered, veiled, softened. The full spectrum of color and clarity has been hidden. We are experiencing Earth at midnight, with only a faint, borrowed light to explore it. Paradise is the noon sun, undiminished, unveiled. This is the meaning of his words. God is the guardian of those who believe. He brings them out from the depths of darkness into light. The depths of darkness are not merely ignorance or disbelief. They are this entire realm, where reality is cloaked and light restrained. We live in the dim prelude to a luminous revelation, a universe in waiting. And this darkness is not only metaphorical or philosophical, it is physical. It is the very effect of God veiling his uncreated light from creation. The universe appears cold and colorless not by accident, but by divine choice. God has hidden his radiant light to preserve it for the day of unveiling. But when he lifts the veil, the entire cosmos will be illuminated with his uncreated light. Then the universe will not only glow, it will become warm with his presence, alive with color and vibrant with life. And when the soul steps into paradise, when it emerges from the river of mercy and sees with unveiled eyes for the first time, then, and only then, will it witness the full gallery of divine beauty. Then the colors will burst forth. Then the painting will be complete. What was once shadow will become vision. What was once veiled will become vivid. What was once restrained will be unleashed in glory. And when God unveils himself, his light will resurrect the universal garden of the cosmos. Just as the sun rises to bring life and color to the earth, God's garden, so too will his light awaken and revive the entire universe, transforming barren worlds into radiant realms of life, beauty, and praise. Where once the sun and moon hung, now there will be God himself, established above his throne, shining with a brilliance beyond imagining. And we will see him, just as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "You will see your Lord as clearly as you see the full moon." This is the great unveiling. This is the sunrise without end. And the soul will know, this is the light I was always longing for. This is the world I was created to see. This is love. This is home. Before the gates of paradise, after the bridge that stretches over hell, sharp as a sword and thin as a hair, there lies a sacred river, flowing with water that gleams with light, mercy, and rebirth. It is no ordinary stream, but the final ablution, the last wudu, before the soul enters boundless joy. Here the angels themselves will welcome the weary believer. They will lift the weary soul, scarred by trial and trembling from the terrors of the day of resurrection, and gently lower it into the river. As the water embraces the body, something miraculous happens. This is the moment when God fulfills his promise to purify the hearts of his servants, to remove every remnant of bitterness, envy, sorrow, and sin. This is not merely an outward cleansing, it is inward and complete. The soul is washed of regret, the heart emptied of burden, the body made whole. All memory of fear, waiting, and witnessing judgment is lifted like a garment removed. What emerges from the river is a new creation, inwardly pure, outwardly radiant, reborn for joy beyond time. Now the journey into paradise begins. The believer's body will be flawless, hairless except for the head, with radiant skin, a luminous face, and breath that smells sweeter than any perfume known in this world. No more decay, no discomfort, no exhaustion or weakness. The believer's body will be one of perfect youth, invincible to disease or decline, not requiring sleep, food, or drink to survive, but enjoying them purely for delight. They will be 33 years of age, forever in the prime of life, never aging, never weakening, never diminishing in strength, beauty, or joy. They will be gifted with powers no soul could ever imagine. With a single hand they could lift mountains. With a breath they could move winds. They will leap across galaxies with ease, create by will what they desire, command the elements in play, and speak to all creatures in their own tongues. Thought will become creation. Every motion of the body will carry elegance, speed, and might. Their senses will be heightened beyond comprehension, their sight spanning horizons, their hearing reaching to the edges of paradise, their touch capable of sensing even joy within light itself. When food is eaten in paradise, there is no heaviness, no impurity. The body releases only a fragrant sweat that perfumes the air, each drop more intoxicating than musk. Every breath is bliss. The air itself is alive, filled not with microbes, but with living particles of light. Each breath renewing the body, feeding the soul, and rejuvenating every cell. The air tastes sweet and feels like velvet passing through your lungs. Clothing will not be of earthly thread. The robes of paradise are woven from radiant light, stitched by angels, infused with fragrance from the garden. Each thread is remembrance, each color a reflection of mercy. Garments will shift in hue and form, greeting their wearer each morning with new splendor. Never repeating, always renewing. Crowns of radiant jewels will rest upon each head, humming with remembrance, each stone a reward, an echo of your devotion on earth. These crowns glow with praise and proclaim silently your station in the eyes of your Lord. And the women of paradise will be veiled not by compulsion, but by choice, by honor, by light, by a divine fabric woven from modesty and dignity, flowing like starlight across their radiant forms. Their garments will shimmer like dew on dawn petals, soft to the touch, resplendent to the eye, each thread infused with the remembrance of God, each veil a tapestry of serenity and strength. Their hair will cascade like rivers of liquid silk, long and endless, gleaming with hues no earthly eye has witnessed, amber and violet, silver and emerald, shades born not of matter, but of mercy and uncreated light. Their eyes will glow with brilliance and gentleness, with colors unknown in this world, glistening pools of celestial reflection, where love, tranquility, and beauty intertwine. When they speak, it will be like music taking form, their voices harmonies of mercy, notes carved from joy and light. It will be impossible to hear them without smiling, impossible to forget a single word they speak. Their beauty will not incite base desire, it will elevate it. It will uplift the soul, arouse awe, and awaken the spirit to the majesty of the one who created them. A single glance will send the soul soaring, not in lust, but in sacred ecstasy, in deep recognition of a companion sculpted by divine hands. And when the spouses embrace, they will not merely touch, they will merge. For in this world, the act of intimacy is veiled in weakness, its pleasure chased by guilt, its aftermath steeped in regret, its scent often bitter and heavy, a reminder of the body's corruption. But in paradise, intimacy is not shameful, but it is private. It is sacred, veiled in honor, hidden not out of guilt, but out of reverence. It is a joy shared between beloveds, guarded by beauty, respected by the garden, and known only to those whom God has joined in delight. Their union will be like light joining light, pleasure not confined to skin, but flooding through soul, mind, memory, and emotion. They will become one, inseparable in joy, each heartbeat echoing in the other, each breath shared like worship. The experience of intimacy in paradise will be unlike anything known before. Not fleeting, not ending in exhaustion, but lasting as long as the soul desires. Every sigh will taste like paradise. Every moment will be sacred. Their voices will soothe the soul and awaken in the heart a longing not of flesh, but of love, depth, and remembrance. As they sit together beneath the trees, their voices will join in praise, male and female harmonizing as if sound itself were embracing. Their song will not be rehearsed. It will be instinct, flowing from joy, a duet of remembrance that brings the angels to stillness. Every meal will begin with the name of their Lord. Every bite will taste like the answer to a lifelong prayer. Every cup lifted will whisper, "He has honored you." Every step will be a step of humility, feet never forgetting that they walk upon the reward of patience and faith. Laughter will come easily, waves of joy without burden. And if there are tears, they will be tears of wonder, of reunion, of seeing their Lord and knowing He made all of this for us. The soil beneath your feet will not be dust or stone, but particles of light, living fragrance and gentle warmth. It will glow softly, feel warmer than silk and softer than cotton. As you walk, the ground will greet you with peace, releasing subtle aromas of happiness and serenity. From this soil will grow trees of beauty, trunks of soft gold, bark engraved with praises, leaves larger than elephant ears, each leaf edible, each more flavorful than anything the mind can conjure. The trees are not ordinary flora. They are radiant beings. Their branches move in praise, swaying in worship. They offer fruit before you ask. They shimmer with color no eye has yet seen. Each tree is a monument to your remembrance, planted for every whisper of praise, for every glorification uttered in a lonely hour on earth. These trees know your voice. They know your name, and they rejoice in your rest. Gardens in paradise will lie upon the earth, but they will not be limited to it. Some will hover in the sky like terraces, some will drift through clouds, some will border glowing rivers, each one vast and wondrous, filled with fruits, colors, and climates tailored to your soul. Their fruits will respond to your thoughts, their colors will shift with your emotions, their rivers will change direction with your longing. Each garden shaped by your heart, its beauty a reflection of your nearness to God. Rivers in paradise are not bound by gravity. They flow from waterfalls suspended in the heavens, some made of milk that never spoils, some of glowing honey, others of wine that uplifts without harm. Some flow with water that shines like starlight, and each one sings, its song echoing your deeds. The wine of paradise is unlike any on earth. It does not intoxicate. It does not cloud the soul. It comes from the fruit of trees, pressed into liquid light, poured into cups that welcome you by name. It brings joy, not forgetfulness. It sharpens clarity. It inspires praise. The heavens of paradise are not static, not merely blue, not starless or silent. They are made of uncreated color emanating from your Lord, hues beyond the spectrum of mortal sight, constantly shifting, constantly glowing, never repeating, never fading. These skies are alive with praise. They move in rhythm with the heartbeat of remembrance. Their lights pulse with joy. Their colors ripple with songs that the trees and rivers respond to. This sky is drawn not from physics, but from the radiant presence of the Most High. It glows, it shifts, it worships. And in this realm, you will not be bound by walking. Some of God's servants will travel at the speed of thought, others at the speed of light, some faster than sound, and others somewhere in between, each pace a reflection of their station with their Lord. You can walk if you want, leisurely, joyfully, but to desire is to arrive. Worlds that were once barren, billions of stars and planets will now bloom with creation. Some planets will hold forests that sing, others will shine with glowing mountains, some will lie beneath oceans of light, some will float on air, each one welcoming you. You will have homes across many of them. Palaces will rise by your will, walls of pearl and diamond, floors that sing, roofs that glow, rooms that respond to your soul. Entertainment in paradise will no longer distract, it will connect. Laughter will be sacred, games will be played with angels, birds of light will sing praises in melody, even humor will be light, and every joy will draw you nearer to God. Worship will be sweeter than anything. Prostration will be the highest pleasure. Remembrance will feel like flying. You will fall in sujood, not from duty, but desire. Children will be born not from pain, but from will. The prophet said a child will be conceived and delivered within 1 hour. They will never cry. They will laugh and play with children of angels and jinn. Their joy will echo forever. Animals will be joyful companions. They will not fear nor flee. If meat is desired, they will come forth willingly, without death or pain. Every piece you take will be instantly replaced, and they will rejoice in serving you. There will exist the celestial theatre of remembrance, a realm of living history. There you will walk through time, the bowing of angels to Adam, the defiance of Iblis, the tears of Noah, the fire of Abraham, the sea of Moses, the miracles of Jesus, and the light of the Quran descending upon the heart of Muhammad. Even the untold stories, the prophets unknown, you will see and know. These are not retellings, they are relivings. Time opened like a scroll. And above all this, above gardens and homes and rivers and praise, there is the greatest gift, the face of God. You will see him, not in dream but in truth. You will walk into the sky, and simply by wishing he will be there. You will speak, he will answer. You will laugh, he will love you. Every time you gaze upon him, you will be transformed, more radiant, more beautiful, more complete. His light will mark you, and all of paradise will know you have seen him. You will fall in sujood in that light, and your soul will whisper, "This is forever, this is love, this is home." And to deepen that love, God has placed in the seventh heaven the celestial Kaaba, brighter than suns, circled by angels in endless remembrance. Souls will ascend to it, humans, jinn, spirits, to gather in joy. There will be holy festivals, to remember the day of judgment in gratitude, to honor the first step into paradise, to celebrate the first sight of his face. Galaxies will sing, angels will host banquets, birds will carry ribbons of praise, songs will rise from stars, and in every celebration you will be reminded that you are home, that you are loved, and that you are forever. What begins as delight becomes awe. What begins as rest becomes flight. What begins as reunion becomes revelation after revelation of the soul, of the cosmos, of the one behind it all. There will be no boredom in paradise, because in God's nearness there is only becoming. Each day, if days still exist, will be brighter than the last. Every encounter with him will lift you higher in beauty, higher in light, higher in love. And when you think you have seen all there is to see, he will reveal to you something new. And when you think you have been given everything, he will gift you with a secret that makes you weep with gratitude. And when you think your heart cannot contain more, he will expand it, so you may love him more than before. For God is infinite. And to love the infinite is to be drawn forever inward, into deeper intimacy, into brighter beauty, into unending discovery. There will be secret names he never shared with anyone but you. There will be hidden verses meant only for your ears. There will be stars that only shine when you look upon them, and songs that exist only when you remember him. You will meet the prophets, not only in greeting, but in companionship. Sit with Adam under the first tree, pray beside Moses on the heights, walk with Mary as the gardens open before her, break fast with Muhammad under a canopy of light, and hear his voice again saying, "My Ummah, my beloved ones." And God will ask you questions, not to test you, but to draw you nearer. Do you know why I forgave you? Do you remember the night you cried to me? Do you see now why I made you wait? And your heart will melt with love as the story of your life is retold, not as tragedy, but as a love letter written by the most merciful. He will show you the unseen, the times he protected you when you did not know, the sins he veiled, the angels he sent, the prayers he answered in a way better than you ever dreamed. You will see the ripple of every good deed, how one smile traveled through generations, how one kindness saved a soul, how one whisper of dhikr planted forests of light on stars far beyond earth. And then he will say, "Are you pleased, O my servant?" And you will say, "My Lord, I am pleased." And then he will say, "Then I am pleased with you, and I will never be angry with you again." And in that moment, you will forget what pain ever was. Sorrow will be a word with no meaning. Death will be a dream long forgotten. For now you are awake. Now you are alive. Now you are truly home.